Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me and I hope you're ready for today's recipe. Today we're making a copycat banana pudding recipe. Alright, first you're going to start off with some sweetened condensed milk. You're going to mix it on low and then you're going to add the water. This part of the process is actually pretty simple, but you have to allow the pudding itself to congeal at least overnight. So you'll notice that I have the mixer on low and then I add the water very slowly. And then after about 2 or 3 minutes, I add the 1 pack of Jello pudding mix. You'll see the consistency start to change, the color will start to change, and basically I did turn the mixer up to mix the water, sweetened condensed milk and the pudding all together. I allowed that to mix for probably about 4 or 5 minutes and then I set it in a bowl and covered it, put it in the refrigerator overnight. The next day I made the actual pudding. So you put in the heavy whipping cream and make sure you use the heavy whipping cream. Place the mixer on low and you're going to allow it to mix until stiff peaks form, and what that basically means is bubbles, and when you lift the mixer out of the bowl you'll see that there are peaks in the actual substance. After you have mixed that for I would say about 4 or 5 minutes, you're going to add the pudding from last night. As you can see, it is now congealed and it's much thicker. The consistency of the mix will start to change and you will notice that it gets almost kind of soupy, and that is okay because that is the consistency that you're looking for. Now you're going to basically layer the banana pudding. So I chose to use mason jars because I wanted to have individual parts of the banana pudding, but you can certainly use a dessert bowl or something like that. The way that I layered it was cookies, then bananas, then pudding. And so I kept that consistency going until the mason jars were filled all the way up. Now you will notice when you start to place the substance in the bowls that the substance is very soupy, and that is okay because there is a secondary setting process. I continued to layer them little by little and I eventually discovered that you have to be really careful when you're placing the Nilla Wafers into the bowl because you want to make sure that they are laying flat and not sideways. That's just a little small tip, but it kind of makes this recipe a little tedious if you're the type of person that just wants to cram everything in there. But if you want to make the most of the space that you have, I would suggest that you lay the cookies down flat and don't allow them to sit directly up because that takes up space into the actual mason jars. At least I use the mason jars. After that, I crushed up some of the Nilla Wafers by simply placing them in a Ziploc bag and crushing them up and then place them over the top. And that was for decoration, but also just to kind of cap off the top of the mason jars. After I was done layering the mason jars, I allowed them to sit again overnight, and that was my perfect banana pudding. I will tell you guys, this was kind of a tedious recipe. It tasted amazing, but it's a lot of steps. So just remember the overnight part. When you're thinking about making this recipe, it's going to take you a while to get through all of the steps. I would say at least 2 days. Thank you so much for watching my video, and make sure you're subscribed so you can get the updates as soon as they come. Bye.